All right, folks, we're going to get started here. Just to give about another minute or two. I know we have some people kind of filtering in here. So welcome to this year's annual College Options College Credit Plus Night. My name is Kyle Drypulcher. I'm one of the counselors here at the high school. I have students' last names R-I through Z. So the purpose of tonight in the program is to really discuss the choices related to your transition to college and career as high school students, talking about dual enrollment, College Credit Plus, positives of the program, negatives of the program, and really what we want you to take away from this is this the right program for your child and you as students? Afterwards, we do have 5 college representatives upstairs. I'm sure some of you have probably seen them. They're setting up tables as you came in. So after we adjourn here, when you go back upstairs, we have representatives for the College Credit Plus program at Cuyahoga Community College, the University of Akron, Cleveland State University, Kent State, the Geauga campus, as well as a representative from Ohio State. They have a regional representative who was kind enough to be here. So everybody should have gotten a pink packet as they came in. So I kind of see everybody has one in their hand. So what we're going to do at this point is we're going to kind of go through each category of the packet, talk a little bit about, again, participating in the program, some background information, and some resources and things that you can do, because tonight is just kind of the first step, meaning we want you to get the information, go home, discuss what we talk about, maybe do a little bit of research, and ultimately decide if College Credit Plus or any type of dual enrollment option is right for you at this time. So deciding to participate. So we're going to go right down on the first page, on the first header. As we've said, this type of program can help you with future plans. This kind of puts your college career on a fast track. It allows you to start getting college credit in high school so that when you do leave here as graduates, many of you who decide to do this program will be starting college with credits under your belt. To do this program, you still have to meet your high school graduation requirements, okay? So you're earning your high school diploma. Scheduling these courses can be difficult, okay? We have to think about when you're talking about doing courses at a college level, whether it be in person, online, what have you, there are scheduling considerations. So for our younger folks, maybe our sophomores, freshmen, and even our juniors, this is going to be the first time that you're really in a position where you have to make choices based on scheduling and managing your time like you have probably not done before, okay? This is college level work. So for those students who I know we have returning students who are here for the program, but if you have not been in a college atmosphere or a college classroom, the learning objectives and the style is very different from a high school classroom. So our students who do this program say very quickly, look, a lot of this stuff is not spelled out. You have to be a problem solver. You have to be responsible. You have to do many things on your own that up till now you really haven't had to do as high school students. We've kind of prescribed for you what you need to do each day. As a college student, you're really making those decisions largely on your own in terms of how you're going to spend your time, how you're going to study, and what you're going to do prepare for tests in papers and those types of things. Transportation. You need to be able to transport yourself to and from a college campus. So we don't have buses, we don't have some type of ride system. So if you're a student and you want to go to, let's say for example, the Tri-C campus out in Parma, it's about a 20-25 minute ride. So if you don't have a license right there, you don't drive, that's going to be a logistical challenge that you're going to have to figure out. If you do have a driver's license or you do drive, most students are taking both classes here at the high school and classes at a college campus. So you're going to have to manage your time and figure out how much time do I need to get myself somewhere, park, go to class, come back, those types of things. Extracurricular activities are big in terms of we have athletes, we have students who do play or student clubs or whatever it might be. Keep in mind that if you do college courses, you do have to manage your time effectively, because if you have to be back here at 2:30, 2:45, 3 o'clock, it might be difficult if you have a college class at Cleveland State that gets out at 2:15, 2:30. Potential financial obligation. If you fail a course through the College Credit Plus program or dual enrollment option, that financial obligation will, unless there's an extenuating circumstance, will become yours. The price varies. Colleges, as we know, many of you understand that college tuition and course costs go up or down, but mostly up each year. So the reimbursement that you would be responsible for is probably going to be upwards of $300, $400, $500, $600, depending on where you're at. Okay. So we're at the bottom of page 1. Okay. So if you want to flip to page 2 here, program advantages. Okay. You have the opportunity to take courses that we may not offer here at the high school. So students who want to explore different options, colleges offer a wide variety of courses that obviously, as a high school, we have more of a prescribed traditional track. Okay? You can do college level work and experience college life prior to making a final decision about where you choose to go. Some of the students who've done this program have said the best thing is not necessarily I learned what I wanted to do, but it's that I learned what I did not want to do. And for some students, it gives them an exposure to saying, I can make an informed decision. When I leave here with my high school diploma, now I can figure out exactly what I want to do because I've already been exposed to some things that most students who go through high school, traditional track, are probably not going to figure out a couple years later. You can take classes that challenge you academically. And we talked about, obviously, you take college courses and you receive both high school and college credit. Potential risks, again, we kind of touched on this on the front. You need to be responsible for your own learning. You have reduced opportunities to participate in high school activities. These are things, again, we've covered. Your grades in college courses can affect your high school GPA. This is a big one. So if you take a college course and you get a D or a C or whatever your grade might be, okay, that grade goes on your high school transcript. So if you take a class and you're doing well, of course, an A and B, that's great. Where we oftentimes find that students struggle is that maybe they're in a course that's difficult. Again, it's a new environment. College professors are maybe not as accommodating as your high school teachers, and you're pulling a C or a D. And the question that we get as counselors is, well, what can I do? Can I drop this class? Can I get out of it? And our response is going to be, you have to follow the protocol of the college. If you're past the add drop date for a course, you're stuck in that course, and whatever that grade's going to be is on your high school transcript. So when your high school transcript goes out, that course or that grade is going to go with it. Scope or content may differ. Students who often do this program or maybe do full-time or the majority of their courses at the college level, when it comes to the ACT or other exams, the college entrance exams might say, okay, well, I didn't get the prep or the exposure I needed because I was taking most of my courses over at the college level. That can happen. There's no guarantee you'll get the courses you want. For those of you, I'm sure many of our parents here, obviously, us as educators who've been through college, know scheduling college classes can be difficult and there's not a guarantee. So you might find that you really want to take a course, let's say at Cleveland State, only to find out that it's closed out. So that's something you have to consider. Is this something I want to take another semester? Do I take another high school course in its place? These are decisions that you're going to have to make each semester when you're doing your course schedule. Okay. Steps to follow, if everybody could kind of go to this page 3 here. So a lot of these steps are going to be done here tonight for most of you. But just to kind of go along, number one is to discuss this with your parents and families. And I think with you here, that's why we require a parent be here. We're starting this process right now. You want to sit here with mom or dad or whomever's at home and talk about and think about, is this a program for me based on what I'm hearing? Okay? Number two, it might be a good idea for those of you at the high school. I know our middle school folks, we have several middle school students in here. Talk with your counselor about this is a good track for you. We already talked kind of the boilerplate answer about positives, maybe the negatives, but if you really want to figure out what's right for you or you want to have a discussion, come see your counselor and they can talk to you about it. Number three is meet with the post-secondary institution or college, we say post-secondary, their staff. The nice thing, again, about tonight is we have 5 institutions upstairs for you to meet with when we adjourn here. So that's kind of taken care of. So if you know one of those schools, and generally why we have these folks here is we know we rarely have students who stray from maybe these 4 or 5 institutions that we have in our area. go talk to those folks. They're upstairs. They're here to answer your questions. So some of the things that I don't know, because I can't know everything about every school, they can answer for you. Complete your form. So if you decide to do this, we're on number 4, make sure you're following all the protocol for applications, entrance exams, registration. Once you decide to do the program and you take part in it, that's your responsibility. Your high school counselors, your teachers, we can't tell you exactly when University of Akron is going to require you have your application in, or you had to have an ACT exam. We don't know those things. Those are details that you're going to have to seek on your own, and the expectation is, because we're college-level students taking college-level courses, there's that maturity where you know that you're going to do that. We don't have to prompt you to say, hey, make sure you're meeting deadlines, make sure you're scheduling, make sure you've contacted your advisor. Those are things you are going to have to do as young adults. Number 5, verify high school credits you receive from these institutions. At present, we have a 3-4-5 rule is what we call it. So if you take 3 credits, 4 credit, or 5 credit hour course at the college level, that's going to be equal to 1 high school credit. Okay? So it's kind of a 1 in 2 semesters. So if you do 1 college course in a semester, that's 1 credit. At the high school, right, it's half a credit in the fall and a half a credit in the spring. So doing these courses does allow you to progress quickly because you're accruing full credits faster than you would at the high school. But you have to be very conscious of your high school credits. Again, if you want to talk about high school graduation requirements, if I need to take a government course, what course do I take? Okay, I know I need economics at the high school level. What economics course at the college level is equivalent to the high school economics? These are questions you need to ask yourself and you need to talk to your counselors about, okay? So again, I know it's a lot of information, but obviously we want you guys to start getting this in your head now. These steps are repeated each semester, so as a student, you need to keep in mind, we have students all the time, especially new to the program, let's say they enroll somewhere in the fall, they pick their courses, they don't realize as high school students that the spring enrollment starts November 1st. So I had a student last year who went to Tri-C. They got all their classes for the fall. They just were assumed that, maybe December-ish holiday time, they'd start and register for their classes in the spring, only to find out that by then, they had pretty much been closed out of every course because that was way past when they do their registration for the spring. So make sure, again, deadlines are huge, understanding the expectations of the university, making sure your graduation requirements at the high school are being met, making sure you're taking the correct amount of courses, what you need. Those are steps that you need to take, talking with your teachers and your counselors. Withdrawal from a class. Again, a big thing. Every college, like us here at the high school, right, we have a period when you can withdraw from a class. You need to make sure that if you end up withdrawing from a class, you want to do so within their time frame of what their deadline is. If you are past a date for a withdrawal, that financial responsibility, again, like we've said, unless there's a unique circumstance, is going to fall to you. Additional resources. Oh, excuse me, I'm sorry. I got a little ahead of myself. Page 4. So this is what we're going to need from you ultimately if you decide to do the program. So page 4, and it's up here on the screen as well. This page says that if you're interested in doing the program and you plan to participate, this is an intent to participate form. This form needs to be signed, filled out. It needs to be turned in to your high school guidance office, school counseling office, whether it's at the middle school or the high school, no later than April 1st, okay? So do yourselves a favor if you're genuinely interested and you want to do it. When the time comes, detach this last page, turn this in to your counselor. The reason we have this on this lovely kind of pink paper or an off-color paper is because this helps us to know that if you were here or not. We have you sign in, but we want to make sure that folks who are doing this program have read and understand the expectations, the protocol, and the rules we have set forth and that the state sets forth to make this program work. Okay, the last thing I'm going to talk about here before we go into some other topics, this year, after searching, myself and the administrators and our board folks did a search about trying to find a partnership with an institution where we could have these college credit plus dual enrollment courses taught in-house here at the high school. After talking with probably 5, 6, or 7 different institutions, we really decided that the University of Akron would be the best school for us to do this with. So this year we have a partnership with the University of Akron, and starting in the 2018-19 school year, we are going to have English class College Composition 1 and College Composition 2, which are pretty standard English courses at any institution you will go to, are going to start here, taught in our building. In the following year, 2019-2020, just to kind of give you a projection, we're looking at math offerings for multivariable calculus for some of our folks who might be in Calc AB or Calc BC, which we're making some changes for. We want to have a math class that they can take beyond that. The courses will be offered at the high school. They're free of charge. They're following the same rules as what we just talked about. Okay? You want to get, if there's a failing grade, reimbursement is likely the end, but by and large, that's going to be free of charge here at the high school. They're fully transferable to all Ohio State colleges and universities. The College Credit Plus program is a state-funded, state-supported program. Okay, so when we're talking about private schools, maybe an Ashland or a Case Western Reserve or a Baldwin-Wallace, those schools are not required by law because they're private institutions to accept College Credit Plus courses or offer College Credit Plus courses on their own campuses. But if you take these classes, any type of state institution, whether it be Bowling Green, OU, Ohio University, Cleveland State, Kent State, those schools will take the credit. You must have a qualifying ACT score and complete the process for admission for this program. So just because the courses are taught in our building, you are still considered a University of Akron student. So you need to follow those steps. So if you're interested in this in specifically the College Comp 1 and 2 through Akron, our young man upstairs, I believe his name is AJ, is here to talk to you guys about that and can tell you exactly what you need to do. Okay. I'm now going to hand over the microphone to one of our other counselors, Ms. Holly Thrasher, who's going to talk about advanced placement, which is offered through the College Board.
Hello. So I'm another school counselor, and I have students' last names A through F. And I do want to touch really quickly on, before we move on, the College Composition 1 and 2, because I know a number of individuals have asked counselors and been coming in to discuss this enticing option. So we do encourage you, as we do have a staff member here in our English department who will be teaching that, to talk to your child's English teacher, make sure that this is going to be a good fit. They were a part of the process. They've been very informed as to what this course entails. So of course we want to make sure that they're a part of the conversation and that they're able to make that decision with you as well. So College Board, and one thing we wanted to touch on tonight is giving you a number of options. So college options in general, obviously we just shared with you the College Credit Plus option, but another thing that we have available to students here at Brecksville-Bellevue Heights High School is our advanced placement option. So again, this is run by the College Board. And AP courses, some advantages and some of the basics about this program are college level courses that are offered in our high school. And they do reflect what is taught in the top introductory college courses. Again, these are courses in which our students are recommended by a teacher and placed into for the following year around this time. So a scheduling is taking place if you know that your child is interested in any of our AP options, or if that's something that they plan to pursue down the road. Future planning is what's going to help in determining the students that are on track to be taking those AP courses and what those AP courses entail. So again, talking to your teachers, talking to the counselors, letting us know what your goals are. Again, we have a wide range of grade levels here and ages too. So if you know that your ultimate goal is to be sitting in the AP Langs or the AP Calcs, again, conversation and planning is what's going to need to take place years before that actually does happen. At the end of the course, it is mandatory that every student sits for an AP exam, and this is a standardized exam that shows how well they've mastered the college level coursework. So we get asked this question every single time, and they're always shocked, the kids, when they say, I took AP, whatever. Well, you have to take the exam at the end of the course. So that is a mandatory for each and every one of those courses. And then, of course, the benefit to that and why we're sharing a lot of these options with you tonight is because just as College Credit Plus, students who do well on the AP exams can earn credit and or placement into advanced courses in college. So with that being said, students who take these AP courses and these exams are much more likely than their peers to complete a college degree on time in 4 years. So colleges love to see it. It's challenging coursework. Again, it's a nationally recognized program that we are very fortunate here at Brecksville to have a wide course offerings of these AP classes. So again, what you'll find and what makes us so unique and fortunate here at Brecksville Robbie Heights High School is that we do offer a wide range of these courses. We have 28 advanced placement course offerings, and we continue those conversations every single year about how we can even enhance this program and what else we can offer our students. So I hope you're hearing tonight that there are a number of opportunities, a number of options made available to them, and we want them to talk about them with us as well. 2018-2019, we will have 3 new courses in the AP department: the AP Computer Science Principles, AP Seminar, and the AP Calculus BCA. And then we're anticipating that what that would mean for the following year in 2019-2020, is AP Research. So what that's going to ultimately lead to is the AP Capstone Diploma. Again, there's a lot of details there to be discussed. We would encourage you to be having that conversation with your English teacher, particularly if it's AP Seminar, math teacher, and so forth. But what we would, again, encourage you to do as freshmen, as middle school students, is if you know that you are interested in pursuing this coursework, please make that part of your future plans and be preparing for that now. As I mentioned before, why take AP? And again, another college option for you as well. You're going to be able to broaden your career and college choices, finding out what you're passionate about. You've seen and you'll see in our course options book, even if you have a younger student, just take a look at what we offer. A lot of people are very impressed by just the number of course offerings and reading the details of these courses, all that is made up of. So it's allowing them to plan for their career choices, take college classes that these colleges, again, love to see. So it definitely helped give you that leg up. The families are saying, what can we do to increase our chances of getting into this selective institution? Well, they do favor the AP coursework. So colleges are seeing that you're serious about your education, that you are taking that those rigorous classes and challenging classes, and you're also getting the experience that colleges recognize. Again, every student is unique, and it is a lot to think about, and a number of things that we've shared with you tonight. So please, as you're taking this time, and you'll see on the intent to participate again, April 1st is our date to have that in by. So there is time now to be looking into everything that we've shared. There are a number of resources available out there, and before you are looking on the web and doing a wide range of searches, we would encourage you to take a look at the additional resources that we share on our high school webpage. That can be found by going to our high school website, and the school counseling tab is on the left-hand side, and then furthermore, under counseling, news, and resources, you're going to see a college credit plus section, and that is where you can find a whole slew of information regarding the various programs and pathways and what the program overall is made up of. Okay, so as we conclude, and Mr. Drypolter touched on this earlier, we are very excited about the opportunity to have a number of admissions representatives here with us tonight to answer your questions. You may already have in mind an institution of your choice. If the University of Akron College Composition 1 and 2 those courses are something that interested you, again, because we're fortunate enough to have the University of Akron representative available tonight, you would want to speak to them about what that looks like as far as getting registered. They are going to be located, if you go up the stairs to the main level, they are lined up on the main floor, so you will have to exit up to your left, and we will be meeting you up there as well.